Hello everyone, happy new moon, June 3rd in Gemini 2019. So I hope everyone's having a wonderful Monday. Monday is a great day to think about starting something new as well. Okay, Monday is the moon day, so it's a perfect new moon in Gemini, an air sign, a sign of wittiness and optimistic feelings and expressions and creativity and bringing life to a situation, okay? And we want to understand why we're doing this meditation. It's going to be in the Kundalini fashion, okay? And the Kundalini style of yoga practice with meditation and mantra. So we want to focus for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, a meditation to lift our energy up, okay? And we want to focus on taking a step back, okay? From April 10th and to August 11th, Jupiter is in retrograde, and a little conversation with me, a little astrology. It is the new moon in Gemini, an air sign, and the fire sign of Sagittarius is its opposite sign on the chart. So Gemini is communicating with the sun and the moon, okay? It's the new moon in Gemini, and we have Jupiter in its home of Sagittarius in retrograde. And what we want to do is realize that Jupiter is a slow moving planet, and you know, kind of, it makes me think of the tortoise and the hare in the race. The tortoise is moving very slowly, but is the one that wins the race, right? So on the outside, things may not look prosperous or may not look the way people think that prosperity is, because we have our own image of what is good and what is right, and what is happiness and what is fulfillment. So we take a step back and realize our gratitude and really get to know who we are rather than who we portray to be. And we say, okay, am I in line with who I am? And we all need to do that. So with Jupiter in retrograde, it doesn't mean that you cannot be prosperous. It just means that you are reflecting. Okay, you want to focus your mind. You want to take a step back. You want to focus your mind on what you have learned already. Okay, and then you can move yourself forward. Okay, so you want to gain from those experiences and gaining wisdom, and that will allow you to continue to grow. Okay, so it's not so much as worrying about what planet is in retrograde or not. You have to keep yourself in a high vibration and recognize these planetary movements is perfectly fine, but you are always going to face challenges whether you are aware of the reason why or not. Okay, so what we're going to do is just make sure that we're on track. It's always good to stretch a little bit, do a little morning workout before. If you haven't twisted yet, if you haven't stretched, it's a great time to do that. If you feel warmed up and you know you're warmed up, we're going to get started. Okay, hello everyone. So make sure right now that you're seated comfortably. Okay, and we want to make sure spine is straight, rolling the shoulders back and down. You want to also make sure that you're in a neck lock. Okay, and we want to bring the chin in, the neck is straight, and this is helping the flow from the heart to the neck and the head region, okay? And this is great also for the flow of energy at the spine, right? So our connection. So we want to make sure that our eyes are focused at the tip of the nose, so your eyes are slightly closed. We want to make sure that our elbows are at our sides, forearms are at 40-degree level, and the hands are in alignment with your neck. Okay? The palms starting up. Okay? You want to tap at the pinky finger. Okay? Now, this area right here is the moon mount. Okay? And the Mercury for the pinky finger. Okay? And we want to turn the palm upside down, and you want the right thumb to go over the left. So just like this, the right thumb goes over the left. And Yogi Bhajan taught this in Kundalini Yoga, that this is the most important part, is that the right goes over the left. The mantra is Har, H-A-R. You do it for 3 to 11 minutes. Okay? And this is a mantra for prosperity, but we want to focus more on recognizing what we've learned already, and then in that recognition we can understand our experiences to help us to move forward. So if I didn't say that in earlier, we want Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to be days of meditation. So hopefully I won't have a lot of noise in the background. I want to keep time for our meditation. So I thank you all for joining, who are watching. Okay, so you'll be saying Har, 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 Har. And it's pronounced H-U-D-U-H. So it sounds almost like a D. Har, 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 Har. And you just do your best. I'm not playing the music in the background, so I'm the music, but you're the music as well. So you should be hearing your own voice, and you want to be saying it from the navel, okay? Har, 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 har. So you're pulling in, kind of like the breath of fire, okay? So I feel like I explained it enough where you understand it, but making sure that you understand that there's no rush for you to see any big differences, because it is happening, it is taking place. So we start with palms facing up, and then right thumb over left, and then you want to bring the hand in alignment with the throat, just like that. And don't worry about messing up. No one's perfect. Okay, just like that. Okay. Har, 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 And keep going if you want to go to 11 minutes. If you don't want to go to 11 minutes, take a deep breath in, inhale, hold the breath. Exhale. Inhale again, hold the breath. Exhale. Once more, inhale. Hold the breath. Exhale. And just be still for a moment. Thank you guys so much for practicing. I wanted to also say that you can think of this practice for, you can, continue going for 11 minutes if you want to go, and pause the video, or don't even bother pausing it. But if you're watching this now and you just did 3 minutes, that's great. If you want to, after watching this video, do it for 11 minutes, then that's perfectly fine. For our location, earlier today on Monday at 3:01 a.m. was the high peak of the new moon in Gemini. Today, later on at 3:01, you can start this mantra again, just to go along with the time of the day, 12 hours after, okay? And you want to think about your wisdom, what your perception of wisdom is, and really get in tune with learning more and being more. Every day we can learn more towards our goal. We thinking about Jupiter, we think about our growth, our luck, our progress. We think about more growth, travel, knowledge, but mainly we think about expanding and moving forward when we think about Jupiter. Okay, our Jupiter finger, when we hit that at the side, and then also, and we're connecting that when we bring the right over the left, we are actually hitting the left hand. Okay, and if you know anatomy, the left hand, that's the flow, the strong flow from the heart. Okay, all right, so this is very, very powerful. Okay, and we are putting that into our body, just like when I teach EFT tapping. We're tapping on the meridians of the body. The same thing in yoga, whether it's Hatha yoga, which was my first yoga practice where I've done mantras and so on for over 20 years. So just having that tapping, it's still like you're tapping on different parts of your body. Okay, so you are stimulating that flow in your body. It's like if you were acting. I was watching this yesterday. If you're acting, that's why they have counselors on sets. If you're acting, your mind knows that you're acting, but your body still feels the emotion of what you're doing. So it's always good to have a counselor on set to release that, because after the person's played that character, they have to release that. If they don't let it go, it can affect them, okay, in their own real life, right? So the point is that when we're tapping this positivity into our body, just like EFT tapping, this is a deeper connection, okay? Because we are beings of touch, okay? So good or bad, but we always connect. And if we can tap on our body and we can say to ourselves that I am really focusing on learning from my experiences and expanding and so on, this is what the connection is. Now, I don't know if Yogi Bhajan, when he taught, he said that tapping the right over left is very important, okay? So tapping that right over left, my right hand is tapping on the left hand, and that is the flow of the heart, okay? All right, so it's very powerful, and we're sealing that into our mind, but also into our body and our spirit. So we're really focusing on bettering ourselves and spending that time with ourselves, and not just saying the words, but also connecting to that feeling, because everything that we do is a thought, and we're thinking of, same thing I teach in EFT tapping, we're thinking of something, right? And then that thought brings about a feeling, okay? And that feeling brings about an action. So just using these 4 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, to get ourselves moving forward for this new moon, planting new seeds. I hope that you enjoy this video. I will film some more later on as the day is warming up here in the desert. And I don't want to block the hummingbirds from stopping by, but they're pretty good with saying hello. So I thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you next time.